Hey guys, good morning everyone. My name is Vikram barnwal and welcome to YouTube channel. Welcome to my YouTube channel English Devotees Vikram. So today is very much interesting topic and the complete story is associated with my just life today. So I'm gonna be articulate everything right now. So yes, that there was a time I still remembered that when I was in the school, like it was 12th classes, then I used to struggle a lot for English language that because since I was in school days that I was complete reticent and never been just focused on the English language at all, and that is why that my just English was complete fucked up. So there was a time that I knew that there was a time in school days that I knew that without this language I couldn't creep in the society. I couldn't just recognize my name was just completely unrecognized. I have to just conquer this language anyhow because at the time the sound were just completely different for me, and there were a lot of the people who could speak in English, but I was the one who was completely dumb with English languages, and that were just obstructing me to just not to they were obstructing me to not to speak anything. So I was completely dumb with the answers of the teachers. Whenever the teachers would just ask me the question, then I was completely dumb and just put my just head down. So that was just so much embarrassing for me, and as well as it gave me a lot of the sinus as well. So when I just came out from the school, when I just got past in that intermediate classes, then there was a lot of things in my head. No, I have to just learn this language by hooks or by just crooks, because I was the kind of the guy who was completely reticent, who was forlorn as well, and always not approached to the people, always not approached to the any kind of the people, whether it is a stranger, whether it was a stranger, whether it was any kind of a guy. I was always just got shy and just always resisted myself to talking to the to just have the conversation with this kind of the guys. So it was completely a kind of a blockage for me to meeting any kind of the peoples, right? Because I didn't know why that, because English was a complete overpowering me, and as well as that I was having a lack of knowledge, and that is why that I was not approaching any kind of the peoples to have a talk, to just have the conversation. So I was completely dumb totally, right? So yes, that I struggle a lot, and I, because I knew that the influence of the English, like if you just speak English, it means that you have been just carrying a lots of the degrees. So there was a kind of a dogma of the people and the societies, and I have to just make them prove wrong by just learning them. So I had a lot of things in my just brain. First strikes in my brain, no, I have to just enroll in some kind of a good institute nearby my city, so that I could just engulf those fluency, so that I could just speak in English, right? So because my personality was completely dumb, and yes, that I was a skinny and as well as low confidence and the low aplomb guy. So I wanted to acquire everything from the English language only, because I knew that if I would just learn English, definitely I would just get a lot of the things which I did a lack, right? So yes, that I enrolled in a good institute, and I just kept on just going there and just learning a lot of the things over there. And yes, I just acquired a language somewhere, and after that, each passing day I just felt like a profound change in me, that no, I am just learning something. So my just personality was just growing up, I was growing up as well. And yes, that my sinus were just removing by my just lot of the practice, because I was the kind of the guy at the time that I had a profound interest for this English language. I need to learn this language, I need to conquer this language anyhow. So each and every day I used to do practice at homes, and like putting myself confined in the walls and just talking to myself at all. Like most of the people who considered me like you just became a mad. You were doing insane things, right? You were doing so much unusual things. People won't accept you. People will just not impress you at all if you do like that. So I was the kind of the guy. I just altered all the plans whenever I just comes home, because I had a habit of just watching as just Hindi kind of the movies, Hindi kind of the shows, Hindi kind of the news. So I altered everything, converting it to the English language. So I used to watch a lot of things in English language, and that gave me a just severe change. I could just feel now. And yes, that I expedite my just practice each and every day. I used to talk to the people. I had a great social media, so I could just access to a lot of the peoples, because there were a lot of the time like people would say that they don't have a partner. That is why that they can't execute. They just thought they in English languages they can't just make a conversation to anyone in English language, and that is why that they are just completely falling behind, right? So I didn't have this kind of thought, because I knew that if I have just overtaken this language, definitely I have to just learn this language by hooks or by crooks. So what did I do? That I explored a lot of the things, explored a lot of things in the internet. I just found a lot of the people who had the same hunger like me speaking in English. So I just got their just number and talking to them directly, because they were completely unknown to me, but still that I just felt comfortable, because English were a kind of the niche for me, right? So yes, I had to talk to them, and also that I had a lot of the countries, different countries, overseas people in my just in my just contact, and as well as that I used to do a lot of the meetings for the English language, because I wanted to be a native speaker anyhow. I wanted to sound like a native speaker. So that was a kind of a things in my just brain. And yes, that like learning this, I have just learned this language. I have been complex what I wanted to be like, what I wanted to be in my just life. Yes, wherever I just go, I just felt like recognized, because I was the kind of the guy I had a great starving for this language, because I knew that this language gives a great influence around your society, wherever you are. That is why that I just made this channel. So I wanted to let you know that if you have this kind of a dogma like English is something that you could just get it by the lot of the practice. Yes, it is. And it is not a kind of the any it is not a hard language, I would say that, because if you, it depends on your fluency, it depends on your practice. If you just do a daily practice or just make it frequent and being as serious towards it, definitely you just get the right fluency, as I did, right? So if you are like I just really just became extrovert after that. And after that I was a complete reticent as well as introvert. I didn't talk to the people at all. And now that I'm just making a video, and that was one of the nasty tasks that I could receive. I used to do that because I never been just looked up to the mirror to seeing myself, because I was completely skinny as well. My personality was completely dull, and I couldn't speak in English, and that the thing that always bothered me a lot, right? So now I just became extrovert guy, and yes, I could talk to anyone in English languages. I have a lot of the friends who could talk me in English languages. So that's the thing that I improved a lot. So if you wanted to become like me, and if you wanted to improve your just English as well, definitely you have to just you have to detoxify all the kind of things that has in your just brain, like you couldn't speak in English because you belongs to the village. So right now that this is social media, right? So you could just access to any kind of things what you want. So if you could access to, you just access to a lot of the apps as well as fans that would just intensify your fluency, right? So right now that's it. So if you are new to the channel, please do subscribe and don't forget to press the bell icon, so that you will just get update whatever kind of the videos that I will release that. And yes, that yes, I would say that I had a lack of aplomb, I had a lack of confidence, I had a lack of talking to the peoples. Now I'm on the tracks, and yes, I just feel so happy now. Thank you. Have a nice day.